friends, good morning. This is the Cryptonian. Today is Friday. Now, we're taking a look at Bitcoin here. Bitcoin on the 4 hour. Just briefly, this video is going to be about Aave actually. You see that we're holding the 200 here. And if we have a move, if for some reason we break back into this zone and start moving up to retest this 30,282, which is possible. I mean, if the bulls can hang on above the 200 until the weekend, then I think it's very possible that, excuse me, it's very possible that on low volume they could push the price up to test the 30,282 level, or at least even the 50 moving average at 29,877. Now, that sets us up for a look at Aave. Taking a look at Aave here, Aave is above the 200 as well, and there's something that you need to notice here about Aave. Now, there's a couple caveats to this, obviously, and we'll discuss those. Taking a look at, let's see here, let me get my marker out. You see here we have the 50 moving average on the 4 hour, and we have the 200 moving average on the 4 hour. Now, you see the result that occurred when we had a crossover, right? This is called a golden cross, right? 50 over the 200. This is a classic, typical bullish cross. Now, this occurred on the 4 hour, and this kind of explains and shows what I was talking about before as far as when things occur on the 1 hour, the 2 hour, the 4 hour, these lower time frames, if that momentum continues, if that behavior continues, then it can carry over into the higher time frames, the daily and even the weekly, which is very powerful. Now, that being said, you can see this huge move, right? This nice move to the upside after crossing over the 200 on the 4 hour. We had that golden cross on the 2 hour. Taking a look at what the price appreciation was, the maximum was 47%. So that's huge, 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 huge. Now, that in mind, and Bitcoin in mind, take a look at this. This is the 200 and the 50 on the daily, right? And what do you see? Well, you see the same thing here, right? You see there is a potential for the 50 here, the orange line, to cross over the 200 moving average, the red line on the daily, right? On the daily. And that's huge. A lot of people, they don't consider the 4 hour on the golden cross, because it's a lower time frame, right? Sometimes you get fake outs, and sometimes you see a cross happen on a lower time frame like that, and then it's just too weak and it doesn't hold. However, on the daily, it's significant, right? The daily is pretty much the main chart that everyone looks at, and investors, when considering when to get in and when to get out, they look at the daily and look for a golden cross for entry, and they look for a golden a death cross, right, which is going to be, well, we don't see it. That's going to be way back in the history. I'm not going to go back there on the chart, but a death cross is when the 50 crosses below the 200, and of course that's highly bearish. So the point of this video is this. I don't want to make it too long. The point of the video is that we're very close to getting this crossover, and this is actually a great place to enter for that big push to the upside for that crossover. Now, this is only if Bitcoin does not break down. This is only if Bitcoin breaks back into the range. Taking a look at that, and that range would be, again, excuse me, this is on the daily. That range again would be the 29,877. This yellow line here. If Bitcoin does show some strength by moving into back up into this range and even above the 50 here, I really think that what you'll see is you'll see Aave punch higher from here. Okay. Again, not investment advice. We do have a couple lines of resistance here, and we do have you know resistance up here at 79.19 on the 4 hour. But let's see here. Yeah, I mean we could have a move. Let's see here. Possibly 10-20% move, or excuse me, 10-15% move, and even higher up into these upper areas, maybe 20% over a period of, you know, the week, right? So just something to think about. The downside negation for that would be this right here, this 69.26, which is actually the 50 moving average right here, right a hair above the 50 moving average. So that is kind of what I'm looking at, and I think that is something to pay attention to, something that could play out here if Bitcoin shows some strength and surprisingly moves back up into its range. So we could have a lot of strength coming in. And on the RSI, we see RSI 54. At this point, a 54 RSI is not overbought. It's barely crossing into the bullish strength territory. And so, this move, although it was, really big, may be just, a preliminary to the next move, which would actually bring you up to this, high 80s, mid to high 80s, or even 90 price point for Aave. Could it happen? Very possible. Will it happen? Don't really know. Again, bulls and bears are fighting everything, fighting it out on the Bitcoin chart, and of course, Bitcoin does affect the market and set the general trend and direction for the market. So it does look like everything's rolling over. That's pretty obvious. I'm just saying, be aware if Bitcoin pulls off, one of these unexpected moves. Aave would then be a logical choice for that. A logical choice for uh, a position, short term. This would be incredibly short term. This is for traders, not investors, obviously. And but it does look like I said it does look like we're rolling over. It does look like Bitcoin is putting up a big fight here at the 200, and we really don't have a lot of, I would say, momentum. Okay. Oh, we're starting to get into the. Okay. So we're starting to see momentum on the 4 hour to the downside. It looks like, is it to the downside or to the upside? That's actually to the upside. Okay. Never mind. Okay. So this could, move up, although could be brief. Looking on the daily, we do see that we are in an expansive move to the downside. So ultimately, this would be a contrarian position on Aave only if Bitcoin makes it back into the range, right? So then this bearish indicator would then move back in a reversal. So only if there's a reversal on the volatility mod would we then be expecting maybe some kind of a move from Aave, right? So, but until then, it's business as usual, and this move is underway. This bearish push on the daily, the volatility mod is showing a clear bearish posture here, price action, and so the question is just how far is Bitcoin going to break down? So anyway, but this is not about Bitcoin. This is about Aave. So that would be That would be an interesting position. Even if it doesn't go that far, you could get like, 8 to 10%. And if you do a 3x, you know, you're looking at almost 30% or 30%, right? Max on that move. Even if it goes just 10%, 10% would be from here to right back to the top. Okay, so this would just be a return to right here, the top as resistance, where it's already visited, and that's a very likely scenario. Whether it will play out or not, I don't know. It's a high risk issue. It's a high risk play. It's a high risk type of short term play for the short term traders. But like I said, if Bitcoin breaks back into the range, that would be a very doable scenario. But pay attention to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to set the tone. If Bitcoin drops, breaks that 200, then you're going to see the entire market pull down with it, except for maybe one stupid meme coin that's defying the market and being pumped or something like that. So anyway, there you go, friends. Thanks for watching. I do have a new Cryptonian 2.0 Twitter account, and I do post a few things. I have posted a few things already there, and I will continue to post there. So if you want, please go there, follow me, so you can get some updates. Whenever I don't have a chance to maybe make a video or feel like doing a complete video, then I could just I'll just be tweeting here and giving some opinions or my thoughts on the market there. So feel free to follow me there. I appreciate your time. Click the like on the video. It helps out a lot, helps others find the content that you enjoy, and also subscribe for future videos. Um, you know, right now, crypto has had a lot of recent moves, but this is nothing compared to the bull market that's coming. So you're going to want guidance in the bull market. The bull market is quite crazy. It can be very crazy at times, and so there's definitely a method to it. So if you want to be prepared, if you want some guidance, not investment advice, just education purposes and entertainment purposes only, um, go ahead and subscribe. Appreciate it. See you in the next video. Bye bye.